Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Forging Stories of Glory podcast. My name is Desiree. I am your host. And today I want to talk about writing habits. And I'm going to start with a quote. It is a quote from Hamilton, which is one of my favorite musicals of all time. And the reason I love Hamilton so much is because it's a love song to a writer. It truly is. Throughout the entire musical, the themes of writing, the messages that are birthed like through writing, oh man, it just it inspires me. It builds even more passion in me, and I absolutely love it. And there's this one particular line that says, "Why do you write like you're running out of time?" And that line is repeated throughout the musical, and I love it because I honestly, when I think about my own writing and getting my stories out there, like I start asking myself, like what kind of intensity am I bringing to this? And I know sometimes people hear intensity like, whoa, 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 what do you mean intensity? It's like, yes, when you are writing, you are building something. You are building something that is going to outlive you and outlast you. And when you're writing, it's not something that you should be passive about. It's something that you should do with intention. People who write books, they don't write books by saying, "Oh yeah, I had this idea and I was like, oh, I guess I'll write here and there." Like they don't become published authors because they don't have a focus or a plan for it. They become published authors because they make a plan for their writing. So in this video, I'm going to give you 4 tips on how to establish a writing routine. So you can go from thinking about, oh, I might want to write a book someday, maybe, to actually having a plan of action to start implementing. Now, the first thing that I want to talk about with having a writing routine, it's going to sound a little weird, but bear with me on this. Have your why figured out. What do I mean by that? Why is it that you want to be a published author? And why is now the time for you to get your story done and out into the world? And the reason I want you to have an established why is because there are going to be days when you are flying, you are excited, you're going to be like, yes, I'm writing, I'm doing it, I'm getting this project done. It's great, it's awesome. There are going to be days when you just don't feel like picking up your pen. You do not feel like writing. You do not feel like putting any energy into this project. And that why is going to help keep you motivated on the days when you just don't want to do it. On the days when everything else is going on around you and you're just like, oh no, I don't have time to do it. Figure out what your why is. And your why, it can be anything, can be any reason under the sun. But take some time, write that out, and I suggest you put that on your fridge. You put that in a place that you are going to see it every day. You're going to read it every day. And that why becomes your mantra. Why is it that you want to write? And like I said before, it could be for any reason. Some people write because they want to put out wholesome entertainment into the world, and that is beautiful, and that is inspiring, and that is awesome. One of my favorite writers is Stan Lee, and if you don't know who Stan Lee is, what are you living under a rock? I'm kidding. Um, he is the creator and co-creator of many Marvel comics, and he used to get embarrassed because he would see other people with these like big boy jobs who were doing important things, and he's like, I write comics, but those comics are, one, they're entertaining, but two, they are inspiring. I cannot tell you how much it meant to me, like watching X-Men growing up and seeing all these different characters and being able to relate to them, even though I didn't have, special powers. I wanted to have special powers, but my DNA wasn't mutated, so I couldn't relate to that. But I could relate to some of the different struggles that they were feeling, the insecurity that they were feeling, the way that they were like, okay, how do I like operate and actually be a part of this world? So that was something I was trying to figure out as I was growing up. There are many times when I've watched Marvel movies before Endgame, after Endgame. Well, we'll have a separate talk about those ones. But being inspired by Black Panther and so many different facets and avenues. And I was inspired by a man who said, you know what? I want to write comics to entertain people. And yet there are lessons that I pulled from those movies, those shows that I have carried throughout my childhood, throughout my teenagedom, into adulthood. So if you're someone who's like, I just want to write something entertaining, great, awesome, do it, do that. Let that be your why. Let that be your guiding point. And let's be honest, there are some pieces of entertainment that are flawless, that are amazing. And there are some pieces of entertainment that we're like, yeah, let's improve upon that. Write, write it. Write that alternate ending that you would want to see for your favorite TV show or movie. Write something brand new. Why? Because you want to bring something better to the table for people to consume. Some of you want to write because you want to leave a legacy, and that is beautiful and inspiring and awesome. Do that. Let that be your guiding point there. Whatever it is your why, do not be embarrassed about your why. Do not be ashamed about your why. Let that be something that you hold on to as you continue on your writing journey. I personally, I write for a variety of reasons. I write because I want to leave a legacy for my family. I write because I know what it's like to go through pain, to go through painful moments in life and think that is all you can expect. And I write because I want to show people, yes, that pain is real, but so is hope. And there is hope for your situations. I write to help inspire people and help bring them healing and show them my scars, but also show them, hey, you can make other choices in life and choose better than what you were initially given. That is one of the biggest reasons why I write. I have other reasons why I write as well, but those are the ones I'm going to share with you in this video today. So step number one for establishing your writing routine is having an established why. Step number two is establishing your writing hour. When I say your writing hour, I'm talking about the time of day when you feel most alive, when you feel most creative, that you can sit down and write. You can write for 15 minutes a day, you can write for 30 minutes a day, you can write for an hour a day. And some of you are hearing that and you're like, wait, I have to write every single day? If writing every single day is what it takes, then write every single day. Some of you will look at your schedule and say, okay, I have 2 days a week that I can dedicate to writing for X amount of time. Okay, great. Choose those 2 days a week. Figure out when it is you want to write and figure out a time that works best for you. I have a friend who he can get up at 5 a.m. and he is energized, he is excited, he is ready to go. He's hitting the gym, he's scheduling meetings, making calls, sending emails, all of that. At 5 a.m., that is not me. At 5 a.m., I am still asleep in bed, trying to negotiate with Father Time that can I sleep a little bit longer here? I'm not that person at 5 a.m. But 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, I feel very awake. I feel very energized. And that is when I am motivated to work on creative projects. And that works for me. That doesn't work for him. So I said, okay, fine. What is a morning hour that you can set aside, like 30 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day? He's like, oh yeah, that would work. So that's what he does to get his story written and get everything moving there. Find the time of day that works best for you and find a couple days a week that work best for you. Some people say, oh, you have to write every day. If writing every day works for you, then write every day. Me, I have 2 days a week where I have a dedicated hour, 2 hours of time to sit and write because that works for me. I like having the huge clumps of time. Other people, they're like, I can do little sprints. Okay, great. Do little sprints. Do you, but make sure you have a writing hour and stick to it. Don't let anything deter or take away from that time. The next thing that I want to share, and this one might be kind of obvious, but I'm going to say it anyway. Have a pen and paper ready and available because you never know when inspiration will strike. Actually, you should have two notebooks. In one notebook, you are going to write out all the things that are related to the story that you want to write and get out into the world now. The second notebook is for other ideas that come up that might not fit into the current story that you're working on, but can be used for something else later down the road. I cannot tell you the number of times when I have gone through old notebooks and journals of mine and saw different ideas or little lines here and there and thought, oh, that could be something. And then it turns into a poem or a song or a short story or a longer story. So have those two notebooks and be ready to write. And some of you who aren't as old-fashioned as me with the pen and paper, have your phone and a notes app on your phone where you can continue to write ideas. You use Google Docs and document your ideas there. Can transfer them to Word at a later time when it's time to like put the manuscript together, format all of that. But have something ready and available to record inspiration. And the last thing that I want to share for building out a writing routine is utilize writing prompts. I have a couple newsletters that I'm subscribed to that send out writing prompts, and some of them I do, some of them I don't do. But the ones that I do, they help keep the creative juices flowing, and they help inspire me for the work that I'm currently doing, or if I'm stuck on the work that I'm currently doing, it gets me in a different mode of writing so that I can one continue to be creative in another outlet, but using that other outlet sometimes helps me get unstuck with the story that I'm currently working on. So use different writing prompts, and those writing prompts, they can be good like 15-minute exercises. Those writing prompts can also turn into stories later on. The fantasy series that I'm currently building, that was birthed out of a writing prompt that I found online. So utilize those, subscribe to newsletters that provide writing prompts for you, find Facebook groups that have them, use them because they help build that muscle in you and help flush out your creativity all the more. Thank you so much for listening. That has been 4 tips on how to establish a writing routine. Every week we come on and we share different tips and tricks for writing for all things memoir related and fiction writing. So if that is your jam, by all means come back next week because we'll dive in even more. And if this content has been helpful for you, please like and subscribe and share out with your friends and family, so we can help inspire more people to get their creative projects out to the world. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a great rest of your day.